Have you ever wondered how electronic producers will make several different sections and they're all crazy, but somehow they all fit in the same song? Yeah, it's kind of nuts. I didn't really understand either until I fucked around and found out. Did it myself. Let's get into it. So first off, right here we have Output Arcade, and this is the toxoplasmic sound under the warped category. If you don't know about Output Arcade, this is not a sponsored video, but I love them to death. I've been using them since 2019, and it's not a full replacement for beat making. You just have fun with it and do whatever you want. It's nothing serious. I am not taking this too seriously. I like using technology where it fits. Sometimes I want to make a melody from scratch. Sometimes I want Output Arcade to help me get a little faster. So that's what this is right here. This is Plink 1. Okay, now we have Plink 2, or no, Plink 3 is playing at the same time, excuse me. So we have Plink 3, which is also Output Arcade. And as you can see, this is all in the same line, I believe it's called, or I think the line is warped, and then toxoplasmic is like the group, I guess, but they all have different, you can play. A lot of the sounds are cohesive and work well with each other, so if you're laying down a melody in one group, it's going to have a top line right there that probably sounds cool, or a variation of a top line that sounds cool. Then we have Plink 2, again, same toxoplasmic group. This is for the build up here. Now we get more sounds. We got same group. See, I'll just go through it and just layer sounds out in the same group. It's all the toxoplasmic group, but I'm doing it in different ways and messing with them. You got what you want. You can do playback and make the speed lower. You can mess with these macros here. There's modifiers and how they play, and the rhythm and the sequence of them. You can change the pitch. You can change the octave. It's ridiculous. I love it so much. I mean, there's so much you can tweak. If you give Output Arcade to 50 producers and ask them to use the same toxoplasmic kit, I mean, they're going to be 50 different beats. You can do so much. The permutations are endless, the infinite permutations. Anyway, all right, so here we go. So I named this Wow. This doesn't really make sense, but that's why I like doing that. It's fun for me. Some wonky shit, and then this is a wub right here. Actually, as you can see here, you see how I'm automating. I'm doing a high sweep, I believe, high sweep filter. I always forget the names, but I'm sweeping the highs, so I believe that's the correct term. If I'm wrong, tell me in the comments. But anyway, I'm basically cutting low end and sweeping up as a filter on that wub. It gives it more motion when this is the intro of the song, so we're like rising up. Okay, and then we have this impact right here. Then we have an old uplifter from Sakura Burst. Shouts out to Sakura Burst. I don't know what they're doing right now, but I gotta catch up with them. They got good sounds back in the day for sure. And it just keeps going. And I actually think I time stretched this because it sounds like there's artifacts in the background. But I like how it's just manipulated. Yeah, because I did it from 17 to 33, so that's 8 bars. I'm sure this was not an 8 bar sound originally. And then over here, we have this drum loop, which I'm sure is arcade again, but this time I went to the drum breaks group, and this is the Master Chef. I'm messing up I don't know what to call the different categories, but I think there's lines and there's groups. I don't care. Use your eyes, figure it out. I'm just going through this beat. What do I know? What do you know? You're watching this video, so you don't know shit, clearly. All right, here we go. Real Boss. Real Boss is going to show you what's good with this drum loop right here. So you see I'm automating the volume of this drum loop so that it just creeps. And I'll play this whole intro with all the sounds after so you can hear, but it's just creeping, and it gives it this cool, like, and then at the end of this intro, I have another impact. So all together, this little intro right here sounds like this.
Doctor, I'm not feeling well.
Hold on, we're getting excited. So I actually forgot to show this last part right here.
Doctor, I'm not feeling well.
So that's definitely my voice. I forgot, I think it was from some stupid comedy skit I had done. I'm just saying some stupid shit, but I like how this is, this is an electronic song. It's got some dubstep elements in it, right? So I feel like if you listen to dubstep, you've heard a lot of people choose quirky, wonky quotes or things that they say from just weird shit, and I'm a fan of that. And I wanted to use something that that was my voice that no one else could have. As you can see, I just named the track Doctor. But look at all this effect. Look at all these effects just on this. We have just on this Doctor, I'm not feeling well part. We have an EQ cutting out some low end. We have a compressor, and this was back when I didn't even do my new compression strategy. This is I use 2 compressors now, but that's for another story. So I have this compressor. Doesn't look like, okay, kind of decent ratio, 4 to 2. Then we have a phase distortion. I rarely use phase distortion, but I wanted to mess around. I was just messing around that day. You could literally just don't even know what you need to know. You don't need to know what you're doing for this one. For this phase distortion, you can just fuck with it. You can just fuck with it. Have fun. Then we have the tremolo. Again, I'm just fucking with it. Like, I could tell you the rate's 1/32 and the depth's at 71%, but like, I don't really exactly pay super attention. I just fuck with shit until it sounds cool. And then I see for later on, like, oh, that was that number. Like, I have good numerical memory, but I'm not like, it's not science. Like, we're feeling it, baby. We just fucking around. Then after that, I have Neoverb, which I haven't used in a while. This is a reverb plugin, and it's cool. I like the UI. It's nice. I haven't used it in a while. But so this is a heavily affected vocal right here. If we just play this without everything, this is what it sounds like normally.
Doctor, I'm not feeling well.
This is what it sounds like with all the effects on.
Doctor, I'm not feeling well.
You see there's a long tail on that reverb as well. We just let it just occupy space and let it just slowly drift off into the distance. So we have that intro, then there's like a mini gap before the drop, right? The Doctor, I'm not feeling well. And then it comes into this, which is a very simple dubstep kind of loop, but still hits. Still having fun with it. And this is only section number 2 out of 3, mind you. So I love that whoa. It's like you stirring the pot, you stirring some wubby butter. That's what I always like to feel like I'm doing. So again, we're starting off. See, I'm even doing drums in Arcade. Look, I took this kick right here, This is from the Shadows line, and this is called Tomb of the Alpha. But look, I took the kick. I just literally, if you look at this, if you look at the note, it's just one note, and it's a sustained note. So when you hold the sustained notes, in an output arcade, if it's a kick pattern or something, it's a pattern, so you can just hold it and it'll do like a kick or a snare pattern. And you know, it's just nice to fuck around sometimes and just see what they got. So I literally just, I'm gonna solo this right now so you see. See, that's, I'm just holding one key, but it's giving me a pattern kick. And you know, it's actually funny. You'll notice, you see up top here that after the Doctor I'm Not Okay line, now I start my loops not quite on even bars. I think, what is it, 36? But it's not, you know, it's not like every 8. Doesn't matter, but it just looks funny to me. It doesn't match perfectly on like the 8s, multiples of 8s anymore, but still able to get busy with it, as we know. So then add in another snare from the Tomb of the Alpha. Then we go over to perk. I'm sure it's Tomb of the Alpha again. Then we see that those perks give it a little bounce. And then this last one at the end here is also Corpse Lily. See, now we changed it. It's still the Shadows line, but now it's in Corpse Lily. I guess that's they got some cool names, man. We're just having fun. And then it goes that little like cowbell. I really liked having. It just adds to the bounce right before the whatever bar that is. I don't care. I'm not counting. And let's see, we got these wubs. Let's see, we got these wubs here. Tomb of the Alpha again. See, it's like this whole kit was really cool. I remember this was a cool kit. We got kind of like a wubby Jaws, you know, like a dubstep Jaws. Coming to get you. The bass is coming to get you. It's gonna fuck you and your family. This bass is gonna fuck you and your family. It's gonna barge right in. That's what the bass is gonna do. You shouldn't be listening to Nick Diesel if you don't want to get fucked by bass. That's your first mistake. And now see here, we're gonna go through this wub number 3. We're gonna see how this sounds. You know, like, you don't always have to make everything from scratch. I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck. As you can see, we're still doing work and mix matching and cutting and looping, but I'm letting it do its thing today. I ain't even EQ that bitch. I ain't do nothing to it. Fucked with it. You know, these parameters right here, there's like, they got, you know, you got like reverb and echo and distortion. You can fuck with it. There's so many things to do. I mean, look at this. So I don't even use half this fucking program. You don't even need to, but it's fun. They got a lot of cool stuff. Then this one over here, Wub 4. Ugh, that's the whoa whoa. That's when I was churning butter. You saw earlier when I was churning butter. That's the whoa whoa. Yeah, that whole hard. That's the droid in the Shadows group. This is all Output Arcade, man. We're just using Output Arcade pretty much using Output Arcade for the whole beat here. And at this part, I just chopped it up, did some shit. But that's pretty much that section. So we have a riser here, blah, blah, blah. So this next section, see, I have to drink some water real quick before this next section, because this is my favorite part. Yeah, that part makes me want to fuck something. I don't know what. I don't know when or why, but I know how. That thing make me come out of my seat. That shit make you want to tear something up. Break somebody's fucking elbow, dude. Alright, so we got the same kick, snare, perk. We got these 3 sounds from the previous section. But then I said, let's get buck. I went back to Output Arcade here. Within this same The Droid, there was some cool hi-hats, I believe. They sound kind of like shakers. Yeah, they kind of sound like shakers. I don't know, I cut them up and looped them. That shit was really cool, give it some bounce. And then this perk right here, perk 4. Yeah, that whoop, whoop. And that is, again, the shadows, the droids. Yeah, this one right here, this one little. I really like those kinds of sounds that are just sparsely placed here and there and just kind of can add to a bounce. And we're almost finishing up here with this section. It's not hella sounds. It's just they're full and they're fucking, I don't know, they make me want to jump up and down right here. So here we go. We got Output Arcade again. We have Claustrophobic now is the group under the Shadows line, and this is golly, that's what really gives it. That might have been, that was the one. That's the what really gives this pattern. It's just it's pulling, like the drums are hitting, but like it's pulling at you. It's like tearing you away. It's like y'all seen Venom and Carnage, right? And Spider-Man, the symbiotes and shit, they're just pulling away at its skin. That's what the fucking bass doing to this shit right now. It's just going like, nigga, come here. It's like trying to, like the bass is trying to grab at the drums, but the drums are still hitting it. But like, the bass is like, nigga, it's just pulling. This shit, it's just stupid. Ugh. Like it's pulling. And then here we go, lastly. This is Wub 6. I don't even remember what the fuck this is, to be honest. What is this? Oh yeah, that's a good one. That's a good one. Hell yeah, got some reverb on there. Again, look, there's no EQ. I didn't really add any effects to these because I can affect them enough within the Output Arcade plugin. I usually add EQs. As you can see, that's grayed out. So I added an EQ, and then I said, fuck it. Like, I probably tried it, and I was like, you know what? Nah. Sometimes I add an EQ so I can automate a high cut or sweep, a pass filter, thingamajig, my bobber, whatchamacallit. So, yeah, that's that section, and then I let it, I believe I let it fade out. What do I do? Yeah, just let that hoe fade out. You know, I got my trusty multimeter, Logic stock multimeter. I got my adaptive limiter. This was back when I wasn't, you know, I've definitely gotten better at mixing and mastering since then, but I think this is a decent mix for someone who doesn't even really make electronic music like that, but I definitely think it sounds really good in the car. It sounds full and loud. And again, this is a side project. This isn't my main focus of music, so it's fun. It's fun. I know there's EDM producers that could get this like 4 decibels higher and still have mad headroom in the mix. It hits like it's red lines, but it's only hitting at like negative 15 on the decibel meter. True peak, bro. Shouts out to them niggas, bro. I'm trying to get my shit louder as well, but hey, it's all good. Turn it up, nigga. Turn it up. Turn it up. Let's see what the multimeter is reading like in this area, this last section. Let's see. I mean, it looks pretty good to me, you know. The frequency meter with all the different frequency bands, it looked even across the frequency spectrum. We're capping out at negative 14 LUFS about, which is pretty much where Spotify normalizes your shit to anyway. The goniometer, we're seeing nice representation in all of the 3D space in the goniometer. Maybe it's not 3D space, but the space, the sonic space. That song is Iridium by Nig Diesel off the Neutrality album, released under Glovework Records, a subsidiary of Glovework. Yeah, that's me. I made it. It was fun. I didn't actually play every note. As you can see, there's sometimes, but I'm using loops from Output Arcade, but I don't care. Yeah, I had fun. Watch, I'll make a video on another song where I actually show you that I played it so I can prove it to the haters, if there are any haters. If you even made it this far in the video. I had fun making this, and I think I covered everything. Just a little walkthrough. Sometimes things work, sometimes they don't work. We have fun, we fuck around and we find out. Then we go to the next song. It's not a big deal. We have fun. I hope this video helped you out. If you would like a free little sample pack that I made just to help you out, you know, if you're having beat block, you need a little something, a little hors d'oeuvre, little packy, little packy, I don't know, Manny. If you need one of them, click the link below in the description. And if you don't want to do that, that's fine. You can always just subscribe for more. I think I'm going to go lay on the couch now and get underneath the blanket. Y'all have a blessed one.